Online business owners who make $100,000 plus yearly profit. What do you do and how much time did it take to make it? Really looking forward to inspiring replies. I sell on eBay. Ecom is a smart decision, but lots of competition. You have to find something you can do better than others to succeed. I plan to start learning marketing in fall and adding Shopify to my business, that way I can own the customers. I had a business selling commercial playground equipment that I sold within 2 years. It got up to over $1 mil in revenue and about $200,000 in profit. Was a big headache when manufacturers couldn't fulfill and I had no control, as I was just selling product for them. Sold it to one of the big playground manufacturers for $240,000 and got out, as I was sick of it all. My main company profits about $300,000 to $400,000 net per annum, averaging $30,000 per month, which is basically all payout to sole shareholder, me. We're only online/remote, based in training for engineering fields. Been operating for 3.5 years now, and I work minimal hours, about 4 hours in the morning and then some catch-up emails in the afternoon. It was a lot more work to start up, obviously, but we were still profitable in year one. Revenue $150K, profit $80K, and we grew steadily until now. I own a home services referral agency. We get leads and close deals and either sell or contract out depending on the niche. My job is simply ranking, closing deals and watching over the numbers. Haven't been to a single job in 2 years. Contractors sign up. Depending on their niche and availability, we give them jobs regularly. Similar to Jiffy. I mail $25K revenue per month and about $9 to $11K profit. That's probably over $100K. More closer to $200K. Got here in 2 years. Month 1 to 6 saw $0. 6 to 18 was like $5K a month. 6 months ago we hit $10K rev a month, and in 3 more months climbed up to $25K a month. Last month was $23K. This month so far we at $24K with 10 days to go. I used to specialize in designing and building enterprise-level ad servers. I now run a business that supply research tools for ad tech companies. I'm helped a lot by having a deep understanding of my sector, such that when I get on a sales call, I can speak with authority on the sector that I'm trying to sell to. It builds trust very quickly. I am a bit of a serial entrepreneur. I have had 2 main lines of business over the years, but have tried my hand at so many others. I just love the hustle of business, making a buck and trying new things. I find way too many things fascinating. My first primary line of business was construction. I started as a handyman/home improvement guy. I sort of grew up in that business. Over the years I grew into larger residential work, then commercial work, then government contracts. I was making around $100K per year, and then more once I got into the government work. Then, about 11 years ago, I invented a product, completely unrelated to construction. It is a training cup for kids. The idea came from having my own children and the difficulty of switching from sippy cups to open cups. We sell substantially more than $100K of product per year, and our profit is also greater than $100K. If you are curious as to what the product is, it's the Reflow Smart Cup. I created a sort of passion project around my career for the past 10 years, bartending. I was out of work during the pandemic, and someone suggested creating something to help people make cocktails at home. So I started designing my product cocktail cards. There was literally zero competition, but not much of a search platform either. Not to mention I had $0 to invest in the business, so I decided to force myself to learn how to make content and share my journey on social media. I'm very glad I did, as I had a couple videos really take off on TikTok and YT that helped me raise over $100,000 on Indiegogo for the R&D and production of the product. Time lease. I was selling on Indiegogo about 6 months in, and took about 9 months before I had inventory for Amazon, website, etc. My first year struggles were mostly affording enough inventory to not run out. We were only able to be available for 6 months last year and did about $370,000 rev with about 35% profit margins. Since I market fully on social media, I also get ad revenue, affiliate commissions and sponsorships as well. This year started very slow, but is finally picking up, and we are only a few thousand away from hitting $500,000 revenue total, have profit margins up to 45%, and recently started selling in stores last month, $18,000 our first month retail. It has ups and downs, and I pour nearly 80% of my profit into making bigger inventory orders. But what's crazy is this is the first time I've ever woke up excited to work, and pinch myself every day that I pay my bills doing something I love. I'm 100% debt-free, and spend a ton of time with my newborn daughter. I do about $750K/year coaching on Zoom, which I think qualifies as online. Previously I built some marketing engines for real estate that was doing $800K/MO at roughly 90% profit, which was truly online except we did have a sales team. My first business isn't truly scalable except I'm working on an online/course content model that will solve this a bit. The second business was infinitely scalable and I aspire to do that again. Teaching IT certifications to people who work in the government. All network/system administrators need to have a DoD 8570 compliant certification. So we give online, virtual, or in-person training. Started fully this year, have made $190,000 strictly online, and over $200,000 doing in-person or virtual certification boot camps. Sell a very narrow product line. Took 10 years to get there. Sadly, now the manufacturer has created their own website to sell direct under the guise of we're building brand awareness, but in reality the US division are just greedy and trying to replicate what we did. We still outmarket and outsell them, and I will eventually burn them down for their anti-competitive practices, but for now I'm just enjoying the secondary revenue stream. I teach online classes around my area of expertise, which is a small niche in massage therapy for those with chronic conditions. I was a massage therapist for 5 to 6 years, but the pandemic made it weird working that close to people. I took inventory of my life, and what was important to me, and decided to pivot to online. I'd busted my ass working in my brick and mortar for 2 years, and was making 6 figures, but I was pulling crazy hours and felt so burnt out. The stress was killing me. Fast forward 2 years, I teach a couple classes a month. Each class has a 4-hour runtime. I cap them at 20 students, tuition is $400, and they always sell out. It's such a small niche and there's very low help for these people regarding this topic. It ends up saving them so much in medical expenses in the long run, so I've made peace with taking their money. I now see the value in what I do and stay in close contact with many of them. I feel like I'm still making an impact, just like I did in my hands-on practice. I was nervous about that when crossing over to online. One full class would have taken me 81-hour massage sessions to make before. So blown away by the opportunity to serve others in a way that I'm endlessly passionate about. I can now help people around the world instead of one at a time on my massage table. Most importantly, I got my life back. Time is so valuable and it's something we always deeply yearn for more of in this life. To anyone reading this who's got big dreams and new ideas, jump and the net will appear. Started a copywriting/content agency 8 years ago before the space was saturated. Still a small shop, but great work and big-name clients got us noticed. Eventually reached a point where we were getting all our leads from ads sustainably. Was making over $100,000 a year by year 3 when I was 28, and highest year almost made $200,000 after the profit split with my co-founder on around $800,000 in revenue. But marketing is seasonal and very much matches economic cycles. So it's always been 2 steps forward, 1 step back on the way up. Last year, chat really cut into our profits, so made closer to $400,000, Probably took home slightly under $100,000. The craziest thing is that after making some $3 million in revenue since starting the agency, somehow my after-tax net worth is only $350,000. So around 10% of everything I've made in 8 years. I'm 35 now. It's really nuts how even after taking advantage of tax write-offs, business expenses, taxes, life expenses, day-to-day spending, etc. can cut into your savings. And I'm honestly pretty frugal. I know I can't complain. My net worth is already way above my age group mean and median in the US, and closer to that of an average career retiree in my 50s to 60s. But it feels like for all the work I've put in, I should have a little more to show for it. Company did $400,000 revenue with about $360,000 profit with a software as a service business last year. Solo built/maintained 3 B2B cloud-based software products, niche tools, at bulk pricing for paid/closed Discord/Slack communities. 2 of the products had been started in 2020, so on average put about 40 hours/week into both products. One of the products started during 2021 had about 50 hours/week per week for 2 months and then about 10-20 hours/week per week for maintenance/updates. Mill business partners, so handled development, marketing, finances, etc. myself. Main takeaways: build a product that truly solves a problem and can save someone time, must not be a minor inconvenience OFC. Provide free trials/service to hook businesses on. Software costs should not be high. Your time put into development will be biggest cost. Provide as good support as possible. You should not be taking longer than 24 hours to give a reply to an inquiry. Focus on the little details of your product like making sure the color palette is balanced, margins are proper, animations are subtle but make your product feel more alive, etc. In my experience, not focusing on little details won't hurt your product, but focusing on them will certainly elevate it in the user's minds subconsciously compared to your competitors' products. You will quickly notice the answers are vague. Most are where competition will kill them, so they don't give out specifics. That is the first clue I noticed on what to start. It needs to be something no one is watching, just a few users here or there. There are thousands of people lurking that make great profit selling odd things, e.g. snow ski mats, slicing them in their garage, making $30K per month. Met one of these guys. What you need, or I need rather, is spelled out hand-holding, but you won't get that from these posts. They didn't get that, so you won't either. I am jealous. Web design agency. Creative website design and website maintenance. Took about 2 to 3 years of long work weeks. And decades of experience before that. Now we make half that passively and only work a few hours a week. Most of our effort was put into documentation and making processes as efficient as possible. I'm 22 and just hit $100,000 recently after a year of running my online brand. Started in college by just selling through Instagram and have been learning how to scale it up for the last year. So, I've been doing it full-time since I graduated college last year. And in roughly a year, we did $330,000 revenue and $115,000 profit. We're an online brand selling aftermarket car parts to car enthusiasts. It's been a wild ride learning how to build a brand, direct response digital marketing, and everything in between. But I'm definitely struggling more now due to the niche market and increasing SKUs leading to logistics issues. Software development agency. $250,000 revenue, $200,000 profit after taxes. There's 2 of us. Took less than a year to get there and we've been doing it for about 3 years now. Profits are pretty consistent. We're looking at branching out into other digital services, marketing and automation, as well as finding clients in other countries to try and increase our rates and profit. I run a niche SaaS. It's been almost 10 years and we're still working on it every day. I'm less involved day to day than I used to be, but remain CEO. My initial co-founder, the technical one, left in 2017 and gets profit checks each quarter for a nice amount. It took us over 3 years to get to 120K in annual revenue, let alone profit, but 9+ years and we're closing in on 200K in profit each year and should increase nicely in 2023. Started my own brand of outdoor gear, along with a toy line. All our own designs now. Took about 3.5 years to get to $1 million rev and 7 years to $5 million. Last year's profit was over $1 million. I gave everyone huge bonuses and everyone is overpaid and happy. It just takes a long time to get there without taking on equity partners. Just rolled over profits the first couple years. Wanted to add this year we are down 20% though and costs are up 20% too, so it's not always sunny but we're staying afloat. Thanks for watching and being on the road to Reddit Millionaire with us. So, what are your plans on hitting 100K with an online business? Let us know. Until next one.